Hello everyone, welcome back to the phone museum. Today I brought VSmart Aris Pro. Maybe most of people didn't hear about what is VSmart. So this one is Vietnamese company. They have a Vin group and they have so many different, like they make a car, they have a real estate, and they were really big group, and they also made smartphone as well. Right now they discontinued, but this one was their last flagship smartphone. And also another reason I bought it is this one have a under display camera, and thirdly this one have quantum random number generator inside of the smartphone as well. To be honest, UDC and quantum random number generator was not the first in the world, but still it's pretty interesting. And also I'm really interested in Vietnamese phone with their UI as well. So it have three unique stuff: Vietnam, UDC, and a QRNG. So let's see. So this one I got the second hand, and I opened one time, so I know what's in here. So in here they have a little tab like a Samsung stuff, but unlike them, they used to have a little SIM card tray, but I take it out. I forgot to put it back like that. And when you open it, I think they used to have a manual as well, since they don't have manual in the box. And they include the little jelly case and a little screen protector. Pretty nice. If it was glass, that would be better, but better than nothing. These days, none of company give this kind of free stuff. And there's a phone itself. Since I turned on, so you can see there's a AOD going on. So this one have a horizontal display, and inside there will the type A to type C connector, USB connector, and they have the little wall charger, which is Qualcomm's Quick Charge 3.0, 18 watt, 9 volt, 2 amps. That's it for the inside of the box. And I will briefly go over the spec of this phone. So first time they announced the Aris Pro 5G, they say they're gonna use the Snapdragon 765G. But I don't know, it's because of budget or because of during the COVID, came out 2020, because of COVID, the chip shortage, they used the Snapdragon 730. That's a little disappointed, but still 730 is, at the time, it was not the best, but it's a good enough chip for mid-range smartphone. And also this one is a Aris Pro model, so have a 8 gig RAM and 128 gigabyte storage. But they also come out with the regular Aris model. That one has a 6 gig RAM with 64 gig ROM, or 8 gig RAM with 128 gigabyte storage. You have two options. And also you can see this one have 6.39 inch full HD plus 1080 by 2400. So aspect ratio is 19.5 by 9. There's front face camera, which is a 20 megapixel f2.2, and on the back there's a 64 megapixel f1.89. main camera, 2 times telephoto camera, which is 8 megapixel with f2.4. There's a 8 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide camera and 2 megapixel f2.4 macro camera. This macro camera also have an autofocus, which is pretty good. And on the back is a nicely matte finished glass. When I see the picture, I thought it's a plastic, but it's actually glass, and it's pretty nice feeling as well. It's a pretty slippery since it's a plastic, the glass, but it's pretty nice. Inside there's a 4000 milliamps battery, and you can charge up to 18 watts, 9 volt to 2 amps. And this one have a Wi-Fi 5 gigahertz, so Wi-Fi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Bluetooth 5.0, and as I know, this one have a LTE, but it doesn't work with my carrier. So funny thing is, I changed the carrier years ago, because most of phone I have, I cannot use with that carrier. But this one, LTE band, does not work with my current carrier. It's work with my previous carrier. So let's try. And highly likely it will not get the signal. Then I will use this one as the second phone. But when I have a Wi-Fi, I will use this one as a main phone. And this one does not have SD card slot, but this one have a dual SIM. So when I look here, you can see there's SIM 1 and SIM 2. It support dual SIM. Pretty nice. And on the left, there's a dual SIM tray, the power button with the fingerprint sensor. On the top, there's a speaker, mic, Type-C, 3.5mm headphone jack, and volume button, secondary mic for the noise cancelling or recording. Yeah, that's about it. And let's look at the software. I didn't set up anything yet, so let's see. So this one has Android 11 with VOS 4.0, which is their own custom UI. So it's like a Samsung's One UI or Xiaomi's MIUI, those kind of stuff. So you can see it, VOS 4, and software Android version 11. And I think this is gonna be the last version since they discontinue the smartphone. So it comes with the Android 10 and they give it one update, and probably that this is gonna be the last update. I will check. And there's nothing much. This one doesn't have an app drawer. There's no app drawer. And their default apps are very minimized. As you can see, YouTube, Google Play Store, and Photo, and Chrome, those are Google apps. And phone, message, camera, their own app, VSmart, calendar, contact. I think this is weather information. I think it's wrong translate. And keyboard, sound recorder, and is easy transfer. And even this one is Google app as well. So there's no bloatware, there's nothing. So yeah. And I found weird thing is there's a display Google Discover, but I can't. That's a little thing I found. And on the setting, you can see the notification dots and stuff. Oh, you can change the effect as well. That's pretty cool. All right. And you can change the grid. And you can have the screen rotation. So I really like the screen rotation for the home screen, like a Samsung phones, because when you're using the on the car, like a navigation, the little docking, then this one is more easy to interact than the vertically. Apple, they provide those landscape home screen, but since iPhone 10, I think, they don't do it anymore. Also, even iPhone 7 Plus or those which support the landscape home screen, after iOS 13, 14, I don't remember exactly. After that, you cannot do it either, after they get the widget. So yeah, that's pretty cool feature. And also, Samsung has that one too, but if you turn up the auto rotation and you try to rotate, then they will ask, do you want to rotate? And you do it. Even if it's turned off, you can rotate the screen. This is one of the best feature from the Samsung phone, but I always forgot to mention in the review. But yeah, they also have this one. That was one of the reasons I bought this phone, since it's a different company and it's new UI, so I want to mention those kinds quickly. And also this one support the audio surround effect. This one I will show what's the difference in music quality. Second reason I bought this phone is UDC. So let's check the UDC. This one is a few months later, the first UDC phone came out, which is ZTE Action 20. So this one also using same method. So you can see there's a little square cut out, and only that cut out, it have a lower PPI with bigger pixel. So the camera can go through the pixel and look outside. The problem is when you look at it, it's kind of little obvious. So this is like first gen version of the UDC. Later on, Xiaomi or other phone, the ZTE, they using advanced version, which is taking same PPI from the regular screen, but they make it smaller pixels. That UDC is more perfect, but problem is the front face camera is still not good. Anyways, so you can see the UDC for the display quality for the UDC is about this much. And let's see the camera quality. So camera is, of course, don't expect too much. It's not so good. You can see the white balance is totally broken. It's so greenish right now. I don't know why. It's really green. Okay. Yeah, it's really hard to find the white balance right now. And this is the little sample. And the quality is not so good as you see. It's very blur and very soft. Yeah, so I will definitely go over the front face camera quality in the rear video. And I'm just wonder, okay, so it's taking full 20 megapixel camera. So I can't expect they're using the pixel binning to make it 5 megapixel and try to make it more clear, but I guess they didn't, because that's what Galaxy Z Fold 3, 4, 5 used. They using lower megapixel to get more light to make it better picture, even though it's under the display. But yeah, it is what it is. And let's go over some camera as well. So there's 4 camera, and I realized the their zoom is kind of little different than Samsung's one. They have a 2 times zoom camera, but I don't know it's too close or it detects as a low light. So they try to using the main camera and doing the pixel binning kind of stuff. But I cannot see which one is 2x camera. I mean, you can tell which one because you can see the main camera is this one, and ultra wide camera is this one, and macro camera is this one. So you can tell this one is 2x camera, but yeah, you cannot see. And macro camera is also have the little autofocus. Pretty nice, because many macro camera they don't have autofocus. So even it's 2 megapixel camera, I think better than fixed focus 5 megapixel camera. And some expensive Samsung phone, you can zoom in from the ultra wide camera, but like other cheap phones, ultra wide camera is fixed. You cannot zoom in. And they have a portrait mode. There's a manual mode. You can turn on the 64 megapixel or not. Can you zoom in? Oh yeah, manual mode. You can zoom in too, but it's only work for the main camera, I assume. Why so? And you can change from 1/6400 seconds all the way to 32 seconds, and you can set auto. You can change ISO, white balance, and focus as well. And they have a beauty mode. They also have a night mode, AR sticker, fast motion. They have a fast motion. You can do it 2 times or 4 times. Slow motion, 120 frame or 420 frame, and video portrait. And I don't know what is different between fast motion and time lapse, but it's technically the same thing, but they make it as a time lapse as well. So from 1 second all the way to 10 seconds. And there were HDR. You can manually turn on or off or auto. There were filters. Wait. Okay. This is just that one. Okay. And let's see setting later. There's timer and the flash. And in the setting, you can change the ratio. The video you can take up to UHD 4K, but if you turn the full HD, you can turn on 60 frames per second, which is nice. And front face camera up to full HD, scan QR code, play photo, which is like a motion photo or live photo, those kind of stuff. Change the menu for the volume key, take picture, zoom or volume, selfie indicator. So if you turn the selfie, then they will, photo. Then they will little indicator of selfie. I don't know why this is useful, but okay, I got it. So there's a little thing, so you can see your face and the picture, your eye is looking at the lens. I see. Okay, I was wondering why they give a little thing, and okay, now I get it. Interesting. And you can turn the watermarks, location tag, the grid line, mirror effect, and ultra wide camera it will do the shape correction. Advanced control, they also have a raw file, pretty nice. And brightness control, camera sound, save previous mode, the video face detection. This one does not have OIS, so the EIS you can turn on here, and those kind of stuff. And I guess video HDR, I have to turn off the 60 frames per second. Oh yeah, when you change to 30 frame, then you can turn on the HDR, but EIS is turned off. That's a little unfortunate. And you can change the order as well. So that's for the camera. And I will try use this phone as my main phone, and let's see. Maybe we can find some fun stuff and we will go over some their UI and stuff. So please subscribe my channel and thumbs up for this video. And if you have any question, leave the comment. I will reply as soon as possible. And see you in the next video. Thank you.